in particular, Matt, I was drawn to that character because well, I mean, I think everybody knows someone who's dealing with or has suffered from depression, and you can't always tell. Like, it's just not always apparent. Like, you know, you meet someone like, going through a really hard time, but they can put up a very brave front. And I have a couple of people in my life that are dealing with it, and I didn't. There's I kind of the script just had a very compassionate and also honest view of it.
What personally drew me to it was the idea that grief is sort of this universal thing that everybody has to deal with. And we just don't really talk about it that much. And we don't know how to deal with it. And these characters, for me, are all trying to figure that out in a really interesting and authentic way. And human beings are so messy and complicated, and we never really we don't know exactly how to deal with things because everyone's different. And so even if we're dealing with something that's hard, everyone's going to deal with it a different way.
What I responded to specifically in Kit, our creator's pilot, is this really great balance of dealing with the most difficult thing you can deal with and still finding humor in it and grounding it and how we try and make things better. And it is about what Kit always says is, if you're going to tell a story about grief and loss and death, and you're ultimately going to tell a story about how amazing it is to be and how lucky we are to be alive. The interesting thing has been, since the trailer was released, and I didn't read the comments, but I saw an article that was sent to me about the comments that people are writing on Facebook almost already as a group conversation of sharing experiences that they have had losing a loved one. And that had already started just from a trailer. And I think the goal we have as people who are making these stories, whether it's a movie, a television show, you want people to continue to talk about it. And Facebook literally has people visually talking about it. And you don't have to participate, but I think that's what Facebook has become in its like most distilled sense, is a place where you find out about babies being born, a place where you find out about people in your past dying and where the services are. And I don't have a Facebook, but that's what I have heard. And so it already seems like it's a community for a show like this, for people who maybe they don't have the community within their within where they live, to have these conversations that are really personal and scary, but they can do it on this platform. And so that's how I view our show on Facebook. And I think that's kind of an odd kismet, nice connection between our show and the actual platform itself and how it's already functioned.